Hello, Dr. Stock viewers. Welcoming you all to my new video. In this video, we're going to see about how the Nifty is going to behave for the upcoming week. So that it will be the week starting August 10th till 14th. Okay. So let's go to the key technical points. So moving on with the daily time frame. Still now, the daily time frame is slightly showing a bearish signal. The reason being, we expected a very much higher bear signal on last week, but that is not completed still now because it got reversed again on the 10,880 levels. Okay, what is the important levels which we want to see on a daily candle is we're gonna sustain above 11,380 levels. So 78.6 need to be sustained again for any further bull rally from here. As long as we close below 11,380 levels, there are higher chances of heading towards 10,550 levels only. Means that we will not immediately hit to 10,550, but still we will go towards 10,800, 10,900. After that, slowly to 10,556. That is how the daily candle is showing as of now. Moving on with the weekly time frame. Weekly time frame again also is giving a clear bear signal because last week, right, it is something like 11,073 levels and it made a high of 11,341. Still now that 11,341 on weekly is not crossed. That means that we are slightly in a bear mode at the moment. So we need to cross 11,382 for further up rally on the weekly time frame as well. So moving on with the monthly time frame. Monthly time frame again it is sustaining above 61.8, which means that there is an possible up move till 11,382 levels is possible is what monthly is suggesting. Again, we need to close above previous week, that is 11,341 levels to sustain 11,382. So moving on with the top shorter time frame, which will help us for trade for tomorrow's data, tomorrow's trading data. So as of now, what that 15 minutes time frame is suggesting us is for this complete week, right? So it is like the previous week. Okay? We have not crossed somewhere below 23.6. So that is one key indication point why we are sustaining on the long levels. Fine, it is something like we went till 10,880 levels and from there we jumped off to the high levels. So means that we sustained back to 78.6 again, that is 11,240 levels, and we could not able to retain it. And again we came back and we are slightly going up to the 11,243 levels. Once this 11,243 is sustaining on the long side, okay, on 15 minutes time frame, we are going to slightly head towards long on all the time frames. Right now 11,341 is the place where we are waiting on daily, weekly and as well as monthly. So once this 11,341 is crossed, right, we will attract some more additional points. So what would be the additional points? Once on 15 minutes time frame, we are continuously closing above 11,240 levels. We are going to head towards 11,340 levels, and once sustaining 11,340 levels on continuous basis, we are going to head towards 11,640 levels. So that would be the limits which we are looking out on the 15 minutes time frame on sustaining 11,243. Once we are continuously closing below 11,243 and we are going to close below 1111 levels, we're going to head towards 10,990 for sure. That is what 15 minutes time frame is saying at this moment. So we'll move to the next part of this video, that would be the open interest reading and FIA data. So moving on with the open interest data, on the put side, 11,000 is playing as an important support, and next to it is 11,100. So as of now, 11,100, since we crossed above 11,200 levels, 11,100 is playing as an important support at this moment. Any break on 11,100, will be heading towards 11,000, and 10,900 is the next limit, and 10,800 would be the next limit. Moving on with the resistance part, highest resistance right now is on 11,500, but still second highest comes under 11,300. So a stiff resistance is there in the levels of 11,300 levels. So that is where we could able to see the same in the chart as well. And 11,200 is playing an third important resistance. Clear? Moving on to the FI data. As of now, what the FI data is suggesting is slightly at this moment after the close of 5 trading days of this month, we are into a slight bearish signal. Reason being, we are into net 600 crore buy. There is a ultimate sell happened for 1200 crore and 600 crore continuously back to back. And there is 2600 crore sell happened on 3rd August. It indicates a slight negative data at this moment, as this is not good for the bull. We are into net 600 crore buy side at the moment. We'll move on to the PCR ratio. So at the moment, the PCR value of index option is currently at 0.94. So this indicates that there is a less room for bull, and from sometimes we are going to head towards consolidation. Number one gives the neutral mode. Okay, so we are very close. We are just 0.6 away from that value. So it means that we're going to head towards consolidation with a slight bull mode is what the data is saying for PCR. So moving on with the analysis on the Bank Nifty. So we are into the daily chart of Bank Nifty. So as of now, the data of Bank Nifty is slightly showing a data of something like a consolidation data. Reason being, we have not crossed 38.2 and we have not closed below 23.6. But we are forming a small channel pattern. Okay, that means that Bank Nifty is going to attract a 1200 point correction immediately. Break above this is going to be 1200 above on the higher levels. A break below this will be 1200 points below to this. So what we can assure here is 720, 960 and 1200. That is the points where we can get above this levels. That is 23,200 and 20,960 levels. Fine. Moving on with this steady long side, which comes only above 22,450 levels. Bank Nifty need to cross this level and need to close above this on a daily time frame. Still then, we're going to continue on this same zigzag move at this moment. After this break, you can expect 1,200 points in this upside if the break is on the upside. If the break is on the bottom downside, you can expect a move in the downside. So this is how the daily is saying. Now moving on to the weekly time frame. Weekly again, starting from last week, right? It is slightly into a bearish mode only. Still now we have not recovered anything because we need to close about 22,430 levels. So right now we closed very close to 21,750 levels, and again it is attracting towards 20,033 levels only. So bearish signal is continuing on the weekly time frame at this moment. Moving on to the monthly data, again still now in monthly also we didn't make any confirmation on the bull mode since we closed below 38.2 levels. So we need to close above 22,450 levels for the bull momentum to continue. Moving on with this slightly lower time frame, which will be useful for tomorrow's trading. That would be 15 minutes data. So moving on with the 15 minutes data, 15 minutes is slightly showing a recovery since it didn't cross 23.6 in a deep way and it tried to close above 23.6 and things are coming up. So it is sustaining 38.2 levels, that is 21,535 levels. So we are going to head towards 21,844 levels. So that is touched so far twice. Again, we close below that level. So again, when we sustain about 21,844 levels, another 600 point correction coming on the long side, that is 22,344 levels. Bank Nifty is slightly showing a recovery for 22,344 levels at this moment for this week. Okay, looks like it is not breaking these levels. It is giving a strong recovery in place. So looks like Bank Nifty is going to support Nifty and things are going to go very slow from here. That is what the data is saying at this moment. Let's move on to the next analysis of this Bank Nifty, that is open interest analysis. So moving on with the open interest data, at this moment we have the maximum way on the put side is happening on 21,000 levels. Right now we closed about 21,754 levels. So 21,500 is playing as an important support for BNF at this moment. Moving on with the call side, highest open interest is falling in 22,000 contract, that is 22,000 CE. So this is playing an important resistance at this moment. Once this is crossing, we can expect 22,500 levels where we are having the next important resistance. This is what the open interest data suggesting at this moment. There is a slight possible towards upside is what the open interest is saying at this moment. Thanks friends. Thanks for watching this video.